Hello everybody, I'm Mark and this is Grace, and we're putting together a number of exercises for you over the next few days which you'll be able to access online. The exercise we're going to do today is a circuit training class, and we've called it the Dirty Dozen. You've basically got 12 exercises, and the sequence of exercises go from an upper body exercise to a lower body exercise, what we call a compound exercise, which are large muscle groups in the body, followed by an abdominal exercise. This sequence is called a peripheral heart action sequence, and the idea behind the circuit is that you do 12 circuits of all of those 12 exercises. Each circuit you increase the number of repetitions that you do. So the first circuit you'll do 1 repetition, second circuit 2, third circuit 3, fourth circuit 4, and so on until you get to 12 circuits. You're going to have a stopwatch running behind Grace, and we're going to give you 40 minutes in total to see how many times you can get round that circuit. In the summer we ran this circuit with the 7 Stars netball squad, and we did get a couple of the girls get all 12 circuits completed. I think the best time we had was 38 minutes 40 seconds, but it doesn't really matter if you only get round it 7 times in 40 minutes. The important thing is that you go at your own pace. And talking about that pace, I think it's important that if you're having a go at the circuit, you don't push any harder than your physical capacity will allow you to go, and you feel in control all the time. There's a thing called a rating of perceived exertion, and if we use a 1 to 10 scale, 10 would be maximum all out effort and 1 would be we just stood here now. I wouldn't advise you to push any more than 7 at any point on that scale of 1 to 10. So we've put the board there closer to you, so as you're going through the circuit you'll always be able to see the exercises. Grace is going to go through a warm-up to start with, and then the final part of the warm-up we're going to practice each one of the 12 exercises as the final part of the warm-up, just to give you an opportunity of making sure your technique is correct. Then we'll start the 40 minutes and run the circuit. So we'll make a start. I'll move out of shot, you can just watch Grace, and I'll shout out the exercises that Grace is going to do. Okay, so off we go. So the first exercise in your warm-up, Grace, is air squats. So off you go, and Grace is just going to progressively get faster as she does the movement, because the idea is she gradually wants to increase her heart rate. She's going to get a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. She's now going to move into a side step squat. Her feet are under her hips, and she steps to the side, hands drop in between the legs and steps back. We're going to do 5 side step squats to the right, and then repeat 5 side step squats to the left. Okay, good. And she starts to build the speed up each time, a little bit quicker, gradually building the heart rate up. Now we're going to go to a squat with knee drive, so a wide stance. She's going to squat down and then bring a knee up and touch her hand on the opposite side of her body. All the repetitions are done right side, then repeat all the repetitions left side as opposed to alternate. There we go. Next exercise in the sequence is a lunge. So Grace is going to step forward into a deep lunge, and if you look what she's doing, she's stepping back into the middle, so that's a front foot recovery, 2 steps back, and then Grace is back where she started. So a little front step or a stutter step, 2 steps back, back to where she started and onto the other leg. And the next one we're moving into a deep lunge with a twist into the lead leg. So she steps forward and twists and rotates and steps back. Steps forward, twists and rotates, steps back. Steps forward, twist, rotate, and onto the other side. That's it. This side. That's it. And now we're going to do windmills to start to rotate and loosen the joints up. And these can get progressively faster and faster to really loosen the shoulders. And then if you pick your pole or a broom up, then Grace is going to do some hip swings where she's going to lift the knee high and then kick high. Knee high and then kick high. Then on the other side. And then we're going to go to the side. And onto the other side. This warm-up is following a sequence called a ramp protocol, where we've raised the heart rate, activated the muscles, we were just mobilising the major joints, and the potentiation phase, the last phase, we're using the circuit. So Grace is going to start doing the exercises. I'm going to explain what she's doing. The first one is press-ups. Grace is going to do these off her toes. Her hands are outside shoulder width. Off you go, Grace. And she's lowering herself down till her arms are parallel with the floor. There's a nice straight back and a nice straight line running from her shoulders down to her ankles. You can put your knees down on the floor if you want and lower yourself down just to make it a little bit easier. From this position, she's going to go into butt kicks or donkey kicks, where she's kicking her foot back up and away. And then on the other side. The next exercise is lie down, stand up. So what Grace is going to do is lie down on the floor, make herself as long as possible. That position we call the streamline position, and then stand up. And then back into streamline and lie back down again. You don't have to stand up like Grace is doing. You could roll over onto your knees if you're struggling with that movement. So roll over, Grace, and then simply stand up. As long as you end up in that streamline position on the floor and standing up, that's all we want. Next exercise, the abdominal exercise, is called alternate knee raises. So, fingers in contact with the head, feet in contact with the floor. Grace is going to sit up and rotate her torso left and right as she bends the knee up to meet the elbow. Okay? So the important thing, try and keep your hands on your head, try and keep your feet on the floor, look left, look right as you rotate left and right. Next exercise is burpees. Jump into the air. And then the next exercise is plank transitions. So this is for the triceps. So from the press-up position, if you watch what Grace is doing, she's going to drop her elbows back down to the floor and then push back up again without taking her hands off the floor. So one repetition is up and down once on each side. Next exercise, pick the pole up, cross your thumbs under the pole, push the pole onto the front of your shoulders, a wide stance, toes pointing out, chest up, and she's going to drop down into a front squat position. The next exercise is crunches. So back onto the floor, knees bent, hands on the thighs, and just push the fingers up to the top of the knees, keeping a constant gap between your chin and chest. The shoulders come up just a few centimetres off the floor. Next exercise is an overhead lunge. So the pole is above the head, and practicing that stutter step again. Step back into the middle, 2 steps back to the start. Big lunge forward, front foot recovery, 2 steps back, back to the start. Okay, overhead lunge. Break dancers is the next exercise. So Grace is going to start on all fours, and she's simply going to swap a right leg and a left hand and rotate round and under. So right hand with left leg over the top and back round again. 1 repetition is 1 full rotation. Next exercise is reverse curtsy lunge with knee drive. So Grace is going to take one leg behind and then rotate all the way round. And if you look what happens, the knee crosses the central line of the body, and the knee, the hand is a target for the knee to cross over that midline point. And then onto the other side for a couple, Grace. Okay, good. And the final exercise is flutter kicks, where Grace is going to lie on her back, make a kite grip with your hands. So just show a kite grip. So that kite grip, and then the thumbs go into the base of your spine just to support the pelvis. Then the kick comes from the hips, not the knees. So those are flutter kicks. So what we're going to do now is start the circuit. Grace, the first circuit, she's going to do 1 repetition, 2 repetitions, 3 repetitions, and so on, until she's done 40 minutes of exercise. So if everybody gets ready, so she's off with press-ups, the stop clock started, off you go. We're going to put some music on.
Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you've got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you. How long do I got to keep you? Trying so hard not to keep you.
Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Superhero. Superhero.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a pill.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. That it feels right. Feels right. So right, so right, so right. I'm just going with the gut. Never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we go and come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels right.
Rising with each beat of the music is bringing. We're flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full. I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive. We're just listening. We're existing. We stay when the music plays. The lamps drop below and the people sway.
A little bit of light, a little bit of gold. Under pressure, you start to fold like a diamond from gold. Maybe you are something I cannot define. Maybe you are the fallen kind. I lay in bed with violence, the silent side of me. We see where fire starts to breathe. When I would lay in silence, the voice inside of me made me use my mind right. Made me use my mind right.
We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them.
body.
Turn toward me and look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire glows. You are ready for a different kind of life. You're silent for the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. You're silent for the wind is cold. You must return to the wild, 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 wild.
Saving soul, saving soul, saving Are you ready?
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
What's interesting, everybody, is you don't have to just keep on going. So don't think that you start the circuit at circuit 1 with 1 repetition and you have to keep going without stopping till 12. Take as many breaks as you want. Just to give you some feedback, Grace has so far, she's got to circuit 8, so she's actually completed 648 repetitions. If she was going to continue and get to the 12th circuit, she would actually accumulate 1,404 repetitions. So even though you're at circuit 8, you're actually not even halfway in your total number of repetitions. Because don't forget, there's a large number of the exercises, you've got a left and a right side repetition. So it's not just 1, it's 2, 3, 4. So the idea would be to keep having these little breaks as you need them. I mean, Grace is incredibly fit. She does martial arts and lots of different sports and also cheerleading. So she's a great athlete. And she could keep on going if she wanted to, but I'm just getting her to slow down a little bit to let you guys see that you don't have to keep pushing yourselves. So you've got 9 minutes left, Grace. So perhaps it'd be worth wait till the 32, start again, and see if you can just complete the 9th circuit.
Cracking.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
change. Familiar was the sound of your voice as I continue to walk on by. It has been a year and now I'm living on the line. It has been a year and now I'm thinking what's mine, that I'm better off right here without you. That I'm better off right here without you. That I'm better off right here without you.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption, breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out.
You take the wrong and you make it right. Like a firefly, you are glowing at night. So don't make it hard, don't let me go. I wanna hold you tight when you're cold. I'm waiting for your love, you just keep me hanging on. I deserve to stay, and I
just going to kill the music now, and we're going to go through some stretching exercises just to finish the session off. And Grace is going to start the exercises by lying on her back and doing the hamstring stretch, where she's going to bring one leg into the air, both hands behind the back of the leg, pull the leg into you, and then point the toe down towards your head. Hold the stretch. In fact, I'll put the stopwatch back on and we can... We can hold the stretches for 15 seconds on each side. Okay, Grace, so if you change sides. So in 5 seconds, the next stretch Grace is going to do, she's going to roll onto her side, grab her foot and bring her heel into her bottom to stretch the quads. And then change sides. The next stretch Grace is going to do is the glute stretch. So she's going to wind one leg under and then get her torso down towards the floor. And then the other side. The next stretch Grace is going to do for inner thighs is called the frog stretch. So her feet are out, push down. That's it. Then on all fours, we're going to go into happy cat, angry cat, sucking that tummy up and arching that back for a longer spine. And then we're going to alternate from left to right, call this T-spine 1, where we move up. Next exercise, we're all done on the left and the right side, T-spine 2, where the arm comes underneath, rotate all the way up to the ceiling. 3 or 4 repetitions on each side. And the other side. And then if Grace lies on her back, bends her knees, feet flat on the floor, let the knees drop one way, take the arms to the other and look the other way, so look along the line of your arms. So that's it, so let both legs just come on top, both hands pointing in that direction. That's it, call this the Z stretch. And then onto the other side, knees drop the one way, arms point to the other. Progress the stretch on. If you go back to the first position now, Grace, let the knee come over the top, put one hand on your knee, press that down there, and then look back that way. You increase the intensity of the stretch. Onto the other side. Excellent. And then stand up. And we're going to do shoulders. So I'll give you the 15-second count, right? Change sides. Next exercise, triceps. Change sides. We haven't done the calves yet, but Grace is going to step using the board to stretch the calf. Important thing with this stretch is to always make sure that the toe and heel are pointing directly forward, so you don't let the heel come kick out to the inside or the outside. Then if you go back into that first stretch, Grace, now find the next thing to do is bend the knee, let the heel come up a little bit, and you put the tension down into the soleus. A few seconds at the end there, and then change sides. So we do the calf muscle, the gastrocnemius first. Perfect. Then bend the knee, let the heel come up, bend the knee. The knee bend, that's it. That pushes down. Okay, and then the next one, we're going to stand with our feet together, make ourselves as tall as we possibly can do, and push our hands up towards the ceiling. Then move our hips to the one side, stretch over to the side. Over to the other side. Then we're going to take a wide stance, turn our toes in, keep our back parallel to the floor, push back onto our thighs. All the way back up, and then that's it. Grace, you've been a real star, thank you very much. I hope you all enjoy having a go at the circuit.